my graduation party, Dad said, "You didn't deserve this success. Your brother did." I raised my glass proudly and said, "Cool. Then he can pay your bills too." And I said it with a smile, calm, controlled. The kind of smile you offer someone who's finally made it clear they were never on your side to begin with. There was a stunned silence after I raised my glass. Maybe 5 or 10 seconds. But it felt like time stretched out just long enough for me to see everyone's expression shift. The laughter died. The clinking of forks against plates stopped. And my father, still holding a half-empty beer, blinked like he wasn't sure what he just heard. But I knew what I'd said. For the first time in my life I meant every word. The party was supposed to be a celebration. My college graduation, and not just from any college. I had put myself through one of the top public universities in the state. I covered most of the costs on my own, through scholarships, side gigs, late, night tutoring sessions, and early, morning shifts at the campus cafe. It wasn't easy, by any means. But I pulled through. I made it happen. And not a single person in my family had offered so much as a helping hand. Still, that didn't keep me from inviting them. I rented out the patio of a local restaurant with what little I had saved, bought trays of food, decorations, drinks. I even paid the musician, just a guy with a guitar and a voice that could make you feel something. I wanted that night to feel like something, like a turning point. And maybe it was just not in the way I expected. Everyone showed up. My mom, silent but supportive in the way she always was. My aunt and uncle, who'd always kind of straddled the line between family and spectators. My little cousins, running around with balloons tied to their wrists. And of course my dad. He showed up an hour late, already half buzzed, wearing a wrinkled fishing shirt and a smugness I knew too well. My brother Eric didn't come. He rarely did. But somehow he was still there, hovering in every sentence my father spoke, especially the one that flipped the whole night upside down. "You didn't deserve this success," my dad said, standing up to make some kind of speech, or maybe just to hear himself talk. "Your brother did." The words weren't slurred. They weren't said with a laugh. They landed hard, with a weight of years behind them. And in that moment I realized something I had been waiting my whole life for. This man to tell me he was proud of me, and he never would. So I raised my glass like we were still celebrating and said, "Cool. Then he can pay your bills too." It wasn't loud. I didn't need it to be. People heard, people understood. And some of them smiled, not out of amusement but recognition. I set the glass down, looked at my father one last time and I left. No explanations. No goodbyes. No turning back. I didn't go home right after the party. I didn't have it in me to sit in my quiet apartment and replay every second of what had just happened. Instead I drove, no destination, no plan, just street lights and silence. Somewhere around midnight, I ended up at the lookout point on the edge of town, the place teenagers used to sneak off to, where the city looked smaller, manageable. I parked, killed the engine and sat with the windows down. The cold didn't bother me. It kept me present. I kept thinking about that sentence, "You didn't deserve this success. Your brother did." What success? The degree I fought tooth and nail for over 5 long, exhausting years. The job I finally got after a brutal series of interviews. The debt I managed to steer clear of by surviving on ramen noodles and saying no to going out with everyone else.